Well, dear Churches of Christ family, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about Collective 2024 and why we're having conversations this year. One of the things as I was thinking about our collectives was I noticed that 2 years ago, we had Jack Reese come and share with us. And he had some very challenging and encouraging things for us in reminding us of the tectonic shifts or the hinge moment that we're in as a church. And for us individually and collectively choosing either to follow Jesus into his death as an act of discipleship or experience death by diminishment. And then last year, we focused on present spaces and contemplative exercises together. Some said this was the best collective they'd ever had, having encounters with God in these moments. But others, not so much. They struggled with this. And then this year we've been thinking about dialogue, and there's so much to say about this, but for now, let's say that this is basically one giant morning tea, or perhaps in our context, a session at the Scarborough pub. And it's about unearthing the richness of thought among us and the commonality of themes, emerging frontiers, and drawing all of this together in a united response to Jesus leading for the sake of the world that he loves. And we're using a design methodology called open space technology to assist us in this. The thing about a conversation or a dialogue, as opposed to a monologue, is that it's co-creative in the moment. Ideas are born. Who knows what might emerge as we collaborate together in these intentionally beneficial conversations. And based on the richness of leadership in our network, which our team and in my role we get to see, I hope you also get to experience this too. I want you to imagine a garden with many plots. And often churches don't get to see the richness of the garden of which they are a part in their plot. And this year, we're hoping this brings that slightly closer to see what God is doing among the other plots and then us as a whole. Jesus only has one body. There's one bride, one spirit, one baptism, one Lord. And I truly believe his purposes are discerned in community. If you remember Paul, he didn't actually write the letters to the church on the high street in Rome, but he wrote to the whole church in Rome. And we as a network are also part of the wider body. And I look forward to sharing with you at Collective what I have heard through prayer and conversation with other denominational leaders. So I'd love to invite you to come to Collective, to get your teams together. Our comms team and our creatives have developed this amazing brochure to help you enter Collective well, with thoughtfulness, with prayerfulness, so you might bring the conversations you want to have, the things that you as a team are discerning Jesus is doing among his church. So please engage with this material, engage prayerfully with this. We so look forward to having you. And I want to give you one other final thought. Some cultural commentators suggest we've moved from postmodernism into the era called metamodernism. And there's more to come. I want to say more about that at Collective. But just to say, I've been testing the ideas around metamodernism in my own spheres of discipleship. And a helpful insight for unpacking the gospel in this cultural moment with all of its complexity and fracturing and challenge is the art of good conversation. And that's the skill we're hoping to cultivate at this Collective.